Because they built them all wrong.
Take care of my mom.
You're gonna lose some pizzas. And then like stuff for like.
Good morning, everyone. Wow, that's loud. I bet you're awake. Good morning. How's everyone doing? I mean, we're back in person at Vista. Isn't that great? Seriously, like I know that Mike Spidell is a big fan of Vista at the beach because he likes to jump in, go into the ocean. There's nothing like jumping into the ocean in December. I think he's crazy, but there you go. He likes Vista at Virginia Beach. I like it here at Hotel Roanoke because I just love the decorations around this hotel. It's so beautiful. So thank you very much, Vista, for hosting us, making everyone safe to be in person. This is absolutely fantastic. So thank you. I am Nick Rosita. I am the computer science supervisor for Loudoun County Public Schools. And today we are bringing you the longest titled presentation at Vista 2021. I don't quite know what I was thinking when I wrote that title, other than when Craig Spragan said you had 375 characters. I said, let's use all 375. But anyway, we are going to do this. We are going to showcase with you an actual engaged activity. So we're going to get up, and I'm sorry to say that for you all. You have to get up, move around, and play with robotics. I'm so sorry. Those of you at home, you're going to be watching at different stations what it is that we're doing with robotics. We do have some links set aside for you so you can access those from home. So they're like breakout rooms. Has anyone ever heard of a breakout room before? Sorry, I don't want to do that to you. Come on, progress. There we go. So here's, whoops. That was awesome. So here's our team. I'm very proud of this team. In Loudoun County, what we've done, we've been able to create a model where we have computer science instructional facilitators. And you can see our team right here. Most of them are here today, and you're going to get a chance to meet them in person. But really what their job is in grades K through 8 is to help coach teachers to how to learn the computer science standards of learning and then integrate that into their curriculum. They are not lesson plan makers. They don't sit there and say, hey, Julie Kuzma, let me jump into your class, interrupt whatever it is that you're doing, and have your kids play with Scratch. Or let's grab a dash and dot and interrupt your instruction for the next 3-4 days. Julie Kuzma, if you know Julie, she's amazing, and she would normally say yes, but that's not what we're all about. What we want to do is show the teachers that they're already engaged in computational thinking activities. We're just going to point it out to them. We're going to strengthen their capacity. We're going to build their capacity. We're going to show them the computer science SOLs for their grade and or subject area. And we're going to teach them how to build those lessons and then build the lessons for us. We put that in a repository and we share that out with the world. That is our goal. That is what our facilitators do. Currently in Loudoun, we have 10 facilitators. We have 7 serving 58 elementary schools in Loudoun County in grades K through 5. We have 3 serving 17 middle schools across the division. And we don't have any in high school because, as we know, there are no integrated standards of learning at the high school level. What we've done instead is we've strengthened the relationship of our CLT with our middle school courses and our high school courses. What's our why? What drives us? I talked a little bit about that just a few minutes ago, but really this is what our focus is. Come on, presentation. We're all about fueling integration. And you can see within our logo, we were very strategic about how it is that we're placing our iconography. So we fuel integration. We teach the teachers that we're integrating. How do you do that without them going, oh my gosh, computer science, I'm afraid of that. And it's another thing. How many people have heard that, right? How many people are kind of tired of hearing that? That's why we have our coaches. We have instructional facilitators who are taught in cognitive coaching and adaptive schools and fierce conversations. They abide by a coaching model. I'm elated that Abby Spessard down here at the lower front of the stage, she's going to be discussing how we use coaching to build a rapport with our teachers so that it's not interpreted as another add-on, another thing that's going to stress them out. The next thing that we do is we spark inspiration. So once we've grabbed onto a teacher, we've got that hook into them and they want to integrate, we start inspiring them. We show them, hey, it's not that hard to add an Edison robot into your classroom. A root robot? Wow, that actually teaches math instruction. That's amazing. How do I do more of that? So we inspire them to create those lessons. And then ultimately, we start igniting their innovation. I keep telling our facilitators they should be working themselves out of a job. That's ideally where we want to be. We want to get to a point where Jill Buss walks into a classroom and the teacher says, I'm good, Jill, I got this. We're never going to get there, but wouldn't that be nice to just walk in and go, I got this computer science thing, go away. We're working ourselves out of a job. That's ideally what we want to do. So put it all together, and that is what we are all about. Our mission statement is to prepare all learners with essential computational thinking and computer science skills by facilitating, not doing, because we're not fixing stuff, okay? Meaningful content integrated learning experiences that support the LCPS profile of a graduate. We have those in our other school divisions, the 5 C's. We engage in all those things. And the culturally responsive framework. The VDOE has that as well. This is what our facilitators do, a little bit of a graphic. So right now, and I wish that this number was a little bit lower. Oops, I said that while I was being recorded, but it's true. Right now, our elementary facilitators are servicing 8 to 9 schools. How do you build sustainability and scalability? Well, first of all, I had to build equitable practices. So now I can say that all of our elementary schools are working with a facilitator. That was the important part for me. But now making it sustainable and scalable, that's the next goal. But they are supporting schools. What does that mean? We always hear the word support and we go, I feel supported? Maybe? What is that? Well, that's again where our team goes in and works with a specific grade level once at a time. So our elementary folks, the first thing they did was they went to the 3rd grade team. That is who we chose. And we were going to scaffold up 3rd, then 4th, then 5th. Well, 3rd grade doesn't want to work with me, Nick. What do I do? Go to 4th grade. Find a team that's going to connect with you. Build a rapport. That's the first and most important thing. And so that's what they do. They go in and work with those teachers. They support them at the beginning of the school year. And I think some of us would agree the only difference between last year's school year and this year's school year is that we're in school. None of the chaos has disappeared. None of the anxiety, frustration, confusion has really disappeared. That's nobody's fault. That's just what happens in a global pandemic. So what did our facilitators do? They went in and supported teachers by being there, by showing that they care. We didn't sit there and say, guess what? CS, no. I mean, geez, how many people would you scare with that? So we increased our knowledge gently, one step at a time. We support the teachers and provide professional development. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about professional development because professional development, as fun as it is, and you ITRTs out there, you know this, the best part about professional development is when you sit there and you work really hard on an awesome flyer and an awesome presentation about a really awesome tool, and you're like, I'm going to get so many people coming out before school, after school, during their planning block. It's going to be amazing. And you got 2 people that show up, and you got a big bowl of candy that's only going to those 2 people. And what happened? Why do they not want to engage in that type of professional development? Because it's separate. We have to meet the teachers where they're at. We have to engage them and show the connection. We cannot do professional development in silos. And so that is what we're stressing right now with our teachers. That standalone after-school professional development from 3:30 to 4:30, attendance will be taken and your principal will be sitting there in the first row. It doesn't work. Because most of the time they don't want to be there. So we're engaged in professional development that is actually taking place during the school day, not an add-on. As if I wasn't preaching enough to you, here is our computer science pipeline. This is the very exciting part for us. For the past couple of years, we've been blessed to work with Lori Martin from Chesapeake Public Schools. Lori, can you wave your hand real quick? Thank you very much. We've been really blessed to work for a Go Virginia grant through DHCD and Go Virginia, where we were able to create an equipment model. We were able to sit there and scope out what does a pipeline model look like? Because we consistently look to do this in education. We work in one silo to the next silo. We don't sit there and go, hey, you know, elementary is doing this. Us middle school folks should really be prepared for what they're doing here. Anyone just really love Scratch? Everyone loves Scratch, right? Some people are like, I did 3 years ago, and that's okay. You can still love Scratch. I like it. But here's what's happening. Our middle school classes were teaching Scratch 2-3 years ago. That's what they taught. Now our elementary folks are getting Scratch, Minecraft Education Edition. They're getting a whole bunch of other programs. So when they get to middle school and the middle school teacher says, we're going to jump into Scratch, they're like, oh, for real? Like, I've been doing that for like 5 years, man. Can you find something else? We need to be able to talk. What is the grand scheme of things? We're really blessed. I was able to hire an experiential learning coordinator through the Go Virginia grant. That's how I fund Christina Lee's position. Christina, can you wave your hand real quick? This is ultimately what our goal is. We want to work with businesses to get our kids checking out what they do with computer science. It's not just about the coding. There's data analytics out there. There's 36,000 cybersecurity jobs out there that aren't filled right now in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And we need to provide pathways for our students to get to those particular jobs. But they need to know what those jobs are. So Christina goes out, she connects with those businesses, and we provide them with small internships, 15, 20 hours, where they can connect with businesses and actually see what they're doing. We also have this crazy dream. And I work with the high school computer science teachers, like I said. Christy and I have this crazy dream. Every year, we look at the program of studies, and we really, really, really want to see this happen. And we're very close to doing so. We really want the kids to go, APCSA, I've been waiting 11 years to take this course. Java is my jam. I cannot wait. But in addition to learning Java, we also want to be able to put in the program of studies internship possibility with Mantech, internship possibility with AWS, internship possibility with Loudoun County businesses. That's what we want to be able to put inside the program of studies. That's authentic learning. And it's not learning in isolation. We are community-based. So when we look at our pipeline from start to finish, we are community-based. It's very exciting for us. We've created standalone computer science courses at the middle school level. Intro to Computer Science is your MSCE course, 36 weeks. It's a math elective course. CS Foundations, we pulled it down, we put it inside middle school. My elevator speech for it, it's Introduction to Text-Based Programming Languages. Kids love it. They jump in, they get Python. And that then prepares them to take the robotics design course, which is an 8th grade CTE course, as we know, where they can get a high school credit. And our students love it because they learn how to use Python to make machines learn. Machine learning, that's where it's at, right? AI, quantum computing, that is where we're pulling our students. So then we get them to high school and we start building those pathways. That's what's very exciting. All right, thankfully, you're almost done listening to me talk. What we're gonna do is this. Our facilitators are a little bit nervous about this. I'm excited, maybe a little nervous. we're actually going to share out our third grade curriculum document with you. This is the first time we're sharing it out. I'm going to walk you through what our next steps are with that third grade document, but you're going to have it to take back to your school divisions as of today. So you're going to get a chance to go through that third grade document. We're going to jump into breakout sessions where you can check out some equipment. We're going to do some reflection. Our outcomes today are right there. Learn about our integrated curriculum and start figuring out how you can apply this inside your division. So here's what I want you to do. I want everyone to go to that bit.ly or scan that QR code, and you will have access to our third grade curriculum. Very scary times. Abby, are you scared? She's a little scared. Someone say access denied, please. Yes. It's always like the big worry, right? Everyone at home, all right? Cool. This is amazing. There's a little TV down here. It's very helpful. They've got their act together. Can I move to the next slide? No? Okay. Thank you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to divide you up just a scotch. And I know some people don't like that term, just a scotch. I'm sorry. We're going to divide you up. And what we want you to do is we're going to have some candid conversations over the next couple minutes. So here's what I want you to do. If you are from the amazing Region 1, I want you to group up down over here right by Abby. Please and thank you. If you are from Region 2, I want you to go up into the corner where Susan Journell is. Susan, can you raise your hand real quick for everyone? Thank you very much. Region 3, I want you to jump up right over here in the front row when I say. Region 4, I want you to go up where Amy is. Amy, can you raise your hand? Thank you very much. Region 5, I want you to come over here right behind our very amazing Visti folks right over here. Region 6, Jill, you jumped the gun, but that's okay. Region 6 is going to be where Jill is. Jill, can you raise your hand? I did that on purpose, Jill. Region 7, if you could go into the corner where Mike Spidell is.
No,
and
no Spidell.
Not here.
Mike Spidell's not here, but go ahead and jump over where Mike Spidell is. And 8, we're going to have you do the same. So 7 and 8 go to that back corner. So again, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ready, go.
Then are we turning on our cameras for audio?
Wow, look at those crowds. I knew I forgot something. Abby, can you help get a few groups split apart? Jill, can you work with these folks over here? Awesome. Christina, can you work with these folks over here?
Can we use this area here too? Yes. So we spread out right here.
So what we wanted you to do is, and you might have to go back and get your laptop. Good job, Nick Rosita, way to go. But what we want you to do is we want you to just discuss, we were gonna have you do it on Post-it notes, but just all we want you to do is just discuss in your group. What are a few things that you notice about the curriculum that we just shared with you? What do you notice? And just have a small conversation for about 2 minutes. What do you notice about the curriculum? So grab your laptop, grab your phone, and start discussing with the people in your group. What do you notice? These could be any observations. What do you notice?
Okay, so. Those are the standards, so the top standard.
Oh.
So they say, I think they're great. Problem solving. Right?
I'm
So
sure
we
Craig
talked
will
about
get you in there.
All right. It sounds like everybody has a we were gonna start housing some. But because we have really started using this, because.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was.
So they're like, I need to. We're not necessarily. That's why this. What it became, but there's a lot of.
Computer science, those ones that have all the different graphics.
I mean, yeah, and like you said, like we want to be sharing this. I think that's wow.
Develop those domains.
Kind of like that.
I can't remember.
And then eventually they'll be able to. Right.
I got it on start yet. Question of the day.
You guys have any questions?
The red one is the ground one.
Yeah, my kids, like we need to go for third and second.
So as you transition from what do you notice, let's start talking about what do you wonder. So as you transition from what do you notice in talking with your groups, start talking about what do you wonder about this curriculum document. I'm going to give you another 3 minutes.
And the kids do it. So yeah, I worked on that. There was, yeah, there's a couple good ones, and then I found one. It's, and as I said,
We plan on this being cool.
last time I looked at this, like they were proposed for that.
And then standard.
I'll put it together.
Because I had gone the year before. We didn't ask for funds for 2 years.
It is, yeah.
You know, limited funds, so I had to share.
Yeah, it's not all fleshed out, but
Where I actually presented, so I part of my wage. I love making. I do a training on making.
Time check, another 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
Let's see. I got it.
I took the training and I still don't see it. The other way.
So finish up your last thought, thank your group members, and go ahead and make your way back to your seat. So thank your group members and make your way back to your seat.
I know that.
Influx of younger.
Everyone.
So thank your partner and head back to your seat.
A second grade teacher actually made a
I got a prize, win the prize.
So much thanking going on. It's amazing.
I figured I could read it.
All right. Here comes the best part of this presentation. And we have prizes. So this really is the best part. I'm going to stop talking. Somebody, I swear, somebody just said, "Oh, yes." I just heard it. I swear. I'm just kidding. Here's what we're going to do. Taking that curriculum document that you now have access to, you are now going to have an opportunity to work with our instructional facilitators to make connections to that third grade document using a few pieces of our equipment. We have different stations. For those of you at home, we have set up iPads so that you guys can connect to those particular stations, and we've put those bit.lys there on this particular slide. I'm very happy to have Abby Spessard down over here in the front. She is going to be discussing our coaching model, how our facilitators work with our teachers, as I discussed a few minutes ago. She also has a mini playground, if you would, about some of the equipment that we utilize at our schools. Kathy Nekic, where's Kathy at? There's Kathy. Kathy Nekic is going to be over there, and she is going to be working. Are you two still working together?
Yes.
Awesome.
We're gonna be in the back.
So Kathy Nekic and Amy Stelly are going to be working together with the Root robot, which is our personal fave, by the way. The Root robot and the Blue bot over here in the back where Amy is with two hands up in the air. Jill Buss is over here with the Ozobot. If you've not played with the new Evo Ozobot, you need to check it out. It is pretty dynamite. So she's going to be over here working with the Ozobot right over there. That's Jill Buss. And then Susan Journell up in the upper corner over there. She's seated but waving. She is going to be working with the Makey. So during this time, you have the power of 2 feet. When you are done learning about the Ozobot, you can come down and talk to Abby about our coaching model. When you're done listening to Abby, you can go up to Susan. Will you have time for all 4 stations? Probably not. We just want you to choose where it is that you want to go for the next few minutes. What questions might you have before I send you off?
You recommend having the virtual links up, or is that for like?
Those are for our virtual friends at home.
Oh, gotcha.
And we will share those recordings. That was a good question. All right. You have the power of 2 feet. Please move to any of the stations that you want and move around the cabin however you wish.
You have to catch a fish.
It's Ozo, and the only reason I know that is because I hear it's Ozobot right now, but they come. Wow, now I have a group. She says Ozobot. So I feel like the hardest thing is, I have a little playground, I can talk about artistic a little bit. Did you find that? These are our sensor robots. Take follow, I play listen. Put it in your line. These are robots. Here, I've been a IMT for the last 8 years. They'll follow any path line that their kids are
So is that collaborating?
Your Google Meet. So I kind of they'll get an error about screen or video sharing because Meet's going to say you've already got it. You don't need to share. But they don't need to show their video. They just need to interact with the person.
I just want them to be able to ask questions. Try my best. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, no. I just
Sorry, yes. Google Meets. Well, good. I finished it at 5:35 this morning.
Yeah, you saw I'm also at the University of Virginia. Studying a lot of same
Yes, please. As I'm going to discuss, please look at the presentation. Oh, are you kidding? Absolutely. I mean, I'm a little shy. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, that's one of my dreams. So I was sort of break it down.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Sorry if you're not taking it. Thank you, Ken. Take care.
Oh my gosh, look at you. Did they these cookies? Do you have cookies made?
Hey everyone from home, I'm so sorry. I thought for sure that this was going to work. You all agree?
In progress.
Hey everyone at home, I am so sorry. It's my understanding that you guys can't jump onto the Google Meet, so I'm just going to have a one-off here with you all before I jump back into the major group. So I guess the first thing is I do kind of want to open it up to any questions that you all have, and then I can talk about any one of these pieces of equipment a little bit further. So I'm just going to open up to any questions first, and then I will just start talking about some of the equipment. And again, my apologies. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to walk over to where the Ozobots are, and I want you to get a chance to hear from our instructional facilitator, Jill Buss. I'm so sorry. Pardon me, ladies.
One of these stickers.
Hey, Jill, can you say hi to our virtual audience at home?
Sure, I think I have it on.
Do they really?
I do. Yeah. Right. Hold on. See, we're on right now. I clicked on your.
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah. I'm in.
In the curriculum?
By myself.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone else. I think just say hi and walk through.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, Jill.
I'm gonna should I go out of this one then?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I.
No.
All right, so we're in now.
Yep. So they're just using my camera, so you can't see yourself.
Hey, yeah. That's fine. What's your folder?
Looks like the mic's working.
I just want to.
Is the mic working? Test.
All right, I'll do a little. I have to do a little virtual too, so we're going to do it together. I mean, this is kind of just so you guys on there. So these are you haven't. Okay, so these are called the Ozobots. They're robots with features, and they have color sensors on the bottom, and they follow lines. Now you see, okay, for example, this. You can take a marker and you're welcome to do and draw any thick line like this on a piece of paper, and you can have the Ozzobot follow those lines. So you can just place it on, and you can. I think the hardest thing about these is finding this little white clear button and to turn it on. That's like the hardest thing. Because I can never find it. So it will follow whatever you, right, exactly. Right, so that's, so then once you teach the kids that they follow lines,
So like,
Then there are a set of.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I think the blur effect is on, so we can't see anything that you're holding up because the background blur is on.
Oh, okay, hang on. Hey, do they say you have a background on it? I didn't think so. It's like the background is blurry. You can't see this? You can't see that?
There's just a bunch of little gray blobs, so there's nothing distinguishable.
Yeah, it could be blurred.
Technology. Yeah, yes.
That's what it is.
Okay.
There. Goodness gracious.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so can you see that better?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for giving me that feedback. So, as I was saying, I don't even know if you can hear me. It's hard. It's kind of loud here. These are the color codes that the robot can read. So there's all different things. It could turn left. It could turn right. It can do a U-turn. There's all different codes. It can do crazy things like a tornado or a zigzag. So the kids can draw lines and then draw a sequence of those colors to code it to do different things. So that's the basic functionality of this little robot. There are a ton of lesson plans. It can integrate into any subject area. The Ozobot website has a ton of lesson plans on them now. They just kind of upgraded it and in the last, I want to say, year. It's fabulous. So you can just type in any grade level and subject area, and they will give you the full lesson plans with videos. There's sheets like this that you print out. So as a teacher, it's awesome because you don't have any prep to do. You literally just need a printer. This is a multiplication activity where kids can code the robot to go to different numbers that they put in the top, and then they use this practice sheet to practice their multiplication facts. Another great thing is to sequence a story. We'll do like a code. This is there was an old lady who swallowed some snow, and they do the sequence of the story, and then there's different codes that they are told to do to get through that story. So there's tons and tons of activities for these little robots. They also have the capability, once they're done with just drawing the lines and the color codes, you can use an iPad. They have Bluetooth capability, and they can use the block coding. So it can be a little more difficult for that next level. So anyway, so if you have any questions, I know that was kind of quick, and I don't know if you heard everything, but any questions, just let me know. I'll let you see. Okay, sorry guys. No, you're fine. We're working it out. We were debugging it. We're working it out. So yeah, so maybe I can show you because I'm not going to hold on the board up there. Don't worry.
This is great up like they were really kind of neat. They did the Halloween lesson and they used to decorate the box. Yeah. And then yeah, joined it. Yeah. I haven't done that one, but I'm trying to figure out. I'm just gonna work with it acceptably. It's just Thank you. Yes, please. And they can old one. I have old one that I amazing. I love it. You know, the best part is the new ones, and they come like this. You turn them on again. Oh, that's the old one. You like, yeah, I know. So that is. So how much is the new one? That's coming from for their larger teeth. Yeah, and you know. Okay, I was instructed to say goodbye and thank you. And Nick is going to take over his computer and get you back to the presentation.
Yeah, Joe, can you show them the
Okay. Like what the
cost was?
That was like $2,000. I think that's that. Okay.
For 12, yeah.
20, 25, 20.
Oh, sorry, for 25.
2000.
25, yeah.
Okay. And then that comes with the classroom. Right?
Yes. And it charges all of them at the same time. You can update them all at the same time.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a major plus.
Yeah, mine are all connected to a little. I have a tower with all the buttons. Yeah, I have that.
And even though you're like, I don't want the markers, take the markers, they're significantly better. Like they've got the slanted edge if you take it off. So it's worth it. All right, what do I need to do to get back?
To adjust where we were?
Yeah.
I will just.
Friends, I really don't want to interrupt, but we are competing with lunch, and that you will always lose against. So start saying thank you to your facilitators and finding your way back to your seat. Mr. Spidell, can you bring the prizes down, please? Prizes. Amy's got it. As you're making your way back to your seat, I want to let you know that if you feel like you didn't get enough time to work with some of this equipment, for instance, if you did not get a chance to check out the brand new Spike Prime Essential, which is for grades 1 through 5. For instance, those of you who are huge fans with the the Lego We Do and the Lego EV3 that you know are being sunset. The Spike Prime Essential is a less expensive kit, and it actually does work with grade levels 1 through 5. And we can also help work with you to get Lego to do some professional development on that as well. We recently had, I think, about 60, 70 teachers come out and do a Lego Spike Prime Essential training. So we are more than happy to help you out with that. All right. As we close out, here's our challenge for you, because we didn't want you to just come to a session, play with robots, and then walk away. Far be it. That's just not how we roll. What we are challenging you to do is to take this 3rd grade curriculum back to your school divisions and actually try to implement it. This is what we have followed. Bless you. This is what we have been doing for the past couple months. The first thing we did, of course, we followed Keisha Tennessee's idea, Tim Ellis's idea. Let's map out our computer science standards to the core curriculum. We created a scope document with our leadership, because you have to do that, right? You can't just throw something on them and scare them. So we created a scope document. We did internal review with other facilitators and teachers. We created a logic model with Focused intended outcomes, which I'll talk about in a second. We're sharing this first iteration here with you all, which made us nervous. We're communicating to the core subject supervisors next week. Scope document meeting with the elementary education office, because you have to do that. And we have a project manager working on this particular experience. Here are our deliverables. Again, our folks are not creating the lesson plans. We're putting those lesson plans that the teachers create inside a repository to share with you on Go Open VA. Makes sense. We are going to provide you with regular updates, with implementation, with presentations, with webinars, podcasts, and other mediums. And we will continue to contact you with the data that we collect. Here are the measurement tools that we are using, because we don't have measurement tools. Isn't that frustrating sometimes, where you try to implement something and there's no measurement tool or gauge for success? This is what we're telling our teachers. We are going to do walkthroughs. We're going to do classroom observations. And we know that people get scared when they hear that. We're going to try to ease that trepidation. We're going to do teacher focus groups. We have an instructional facilitator of computer science survey and reflection time in our CLTs and our students, because we thought that this was the best form of data to go along with our pipeline model. They will be completing the STEM survey. Those of you not familiar with the STEM survey, you can find that on the NC State Friday Institute website. It has been in place since about 2012. What it does is it gauges students' interest in STEM-related careers. We felt that this was an appropriate survey to start gauging our student interest in computer science and STEM-related careers. We are also specifically looking at that number one subset that you all are thinking about right now, our girls, because they start leaving STEM-related career fields in 4th grade. So we need to capture that data and figure out how we can fix that leaky STEM pipeline. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to ask you to fill out the following Google form, because this is what we're going to do to collect your contact information so that we can email you, so we can stay in touch with you and ask you how that implementation is going. Share our data, share our dates for live webinars. And we're also going to give you some prizes based on the amazing prize wheel. Still see phones up. Am I good to go to the next page? Nobody yelled out in horror. We were going to do a reflection activity, but again, I'm not competing with lunch because I will never win. I am going to go to the amazing prize wheel while you fill out that form. Hey, Jill, I hate to interrupt talking to Stacy. Can you? No, don't apologize. Jill, can you come up here and do prizes? Sorry, Stacy.
Refresh.
Oh, I like this better.
Watch this. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I could just grab your name right here. Copy. Check it out. How easy is this to do the wheel Amazing. Where was that? Like 3-4 years ago when I was giving out prizes like that. It's crazy. Happy you guys did it. All right. First prize. Jill Bus is holding up. And Osmo kids. Jill, hold it up. All right, here we go.
Run down.
Yeah.
We save a lot of time.
It's always cute. It is on
Charlotte.
We have a couple small Lego kits. And then one more big prize. Come on down.
God bless you.
Hey, girl, come on down. In the interest of time, the next couple prizes are going to be combined with the CS for LCPS cookie. Individually wrapped. If you go with any lunch, which you're about to have.
Hey. Yes.
Sample, come on down. This is going to be our last Lego and cookie prize. Hold on to it, I'll get it. Last one is going to be our Osmo coating blocks. Cookie. Last prize for the day. Middle letter. All right. We're going to call it quits at this time. Thank you so much for coming out. If you have any questions, we will stand by. Please have a great Visti 2021. It is great to see you all in person. Visti, thank you so much for hosting us. Take care, everyone. I'll go back there.